welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be reacting to a new soloist to me. This is BAO, One Love. I'm so excited. Without further ado, let's get started. But before I do, a reminder, if you want this song or any of your favorites to end up on our top 30 chart, make sure you check all the details down below. Let's get started. Okay. Fun. He looks really familiar. Is he from a group? Ooh, okay. Pre-chorus. Nice little back away and getting louder.
No lie, 숨기지 않아 my mind. Feel like I'm touching the sky. 네 눈빛에 already high. Dreaming about a 7 night. 혹시 know the same sign? Catch me if you can. 이야기 just begun. Can you hear my heart now? 괜히 더 크게 loud. And a little what you say. No more down, no second guess. Only you might confess. Honey, sure, don't let it rain. 내 마음과 넌 가까이. Let's get lost tonight.
I really like the pre-chorus in this. The instrumental is a little bit different each time too. Oh, nice. Ooh, cute. Very, very fun. I enjoyed this a lot. Something that I really liked is the instrumental throughout. I felt like there was a good job of like playing with the instrumental a lot in comparison to, you know, what was going on in the vocals, especially with the phrasing. I felt like, especially I noticed in the second chorus, it was the way he was singing was really like playing against it, like each other. So it really like felt like it was kind of, they were kind of battling with each other, but in a good way. Like the way like he was lengthening like certain words over the others, so it like felt it had like a lot of longs and shorts. I really enjoyed. In verse 1, I loved the way that you could hear the backing vocals, especially throughout the entire song. I felt like there was like really like the backing vocals throughout were great, but I felt like they were really playing into, again, the instrumental. I think having that kind of, those going back and forth with each other, that kind of battle was really nice. It really made for an interesting like soundscape in your head. So I really love that. For the first verse, it also said, can you hear my heart now? I love how not just this phrase, but this is the one I wrote down. It went from up into down. The vocal line just went up and down, like a falling kind of thing. Da da da. Like that was very common and throughout the entire thing. And it was just matched really well with what was happening in the instrumental. And then we have this whisper going into the pre-chorus. And this was really smart because we had the backing of the way and going forward. And as far as like dynamics, and we call this, if you haven't watched my channel for any amount of time, this is a classical music term called mezzo di voce. Like this, it gets louder and then it gets softer, or it starts loud, gets, there's lots of different ways, but it's usually louder to softer, which is a very, very common technique. But what it does is it like creates anticipation of what's going to come next. So then, in this case, it had that kind of phrasing, but then it, like when it got to the chorus, it was like this easy, like drop beat. I love how he was in his head voice. And again, we had that falling down kind of melody that was happening in the chorus. I noticed especially with the O's, like, oh, like that kind of phrasing down was really, really nice. In the second verse, we have the rap. I love the change up in the instrumental here. It was definitely like just, how do I want to put it? I don't even know how to phrase it. But if you listen to the difference between the first and the second verse, there's a clear difference in the instrumental. And the pre-chorus, again, the instrumental was completely different, but I just thought it created like this new and fresh kind of feel throughout. In the chorus, again, like I said, it has those longs and shorts. That's where I kind of noticed it. And then the bridge was super short. But what I noticed is after the bridge, we had like this feeling of a change. Normally in a bridge previously in K-pop, I would say second, third gen, we would have some sort of modulation or a high note or something to lead us into that final chorus. Here instead, we had a change up in the feel of the song. So this kind of gave you the idea of a modulation without it there actually being one. So I really enjoyed this. So tell me what you guys thought about this. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What was your favorite part of this particular song or MV? Mine, like I said, overall vibes. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good in that downward motion. Probably my favorite. And don't forget, if you want this song or any other song to end up on our Fandom Favorites Top 30, check that in the description box down below. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.